Hey there, it's Johanna, and today I want to share kind of a fun, quick little exercise around, who do I think I am? And in a previous video, we talked a little bit about identity and how it's not like figuring out the set, yes, this is exactly who I am, that is true forever and ever, that we are complex and changing people. And it brought to mind this poem I read that a line from it really stuck with me. And the poem is Life is Calling by Kelly Moore. And the second to last line was, start as who you think you are. And when I read that, it's just like, it just felt like such a relief. For one, it wasn't saying, start as this, perfect version of yourself. Start as who you're supposed to be. Because I have spent so much of my life trying to, instead of being who I am, where I am, trying to be someone different, someone better. Doesn't work very well. Doesn't feel very good. And also, it's not saying, know who you are. And then you can get started. So it takes that pressure off of having to have it all figured out and finding the answers and all of that before I can do anything, before I can really start living my life. Because that's kind of how it felt to me for a long time, that I had to have myself all figured out before I could really, really live my life. But instead it says, start as who you think you are. Way less pressure. And I should point out that first word in the line is a verb, start. So it's not just kind of think about who you are. But start, which, start what is maybe another question for another day. But to me it says, we don't have to wait for someday. There's so much possibility in our lives right now, and we can get started on it. Right where we are, right as who we are. And so after I read that, I was kind of curious because it was okay, start as who I think I am. Great. Get right on that. Wait, who do I think I am? So I did this little exercise. It was really quick, and it was kind of fun and interesting, and it's a journaling technique, list of 100. So really simple. What you do is you take a sheet of paper, or you could, type, and just number 1 to 100. And then as fast as you can without analyzing, don't bother with full sentences. Don't worry about whether you're repeating or whether you think it's the right answer. Just that question, who do I think I am? And then just write down the first 100 things that come to mind. Don't let your pen stop. Don't look back. And then once you're done, you can look through and see, okay, what did I even write? What's here? And it can be so interesting. There were things I found that surprised me and things that didn't. There were things that I thought I had outgrown, but still showed up. There were things that I aspire to or hope to be, and those showed up as how I was thinking about who I am right at that moment too. There were things that it felt yeah, that's me. And there were things where it's I think that might be the voice of someone else and who they think I am. There were things that were repeated. There were things that felt kind of contradictory, hopeful, discouraged, logical, emotional. But all those things can exist inside of us. So it was just kind of a interesting and helpful way to think about, okay, what's kind of my perception of myself right now? Which can help me see oh yeah, here's some strengths. here's some possibilities. Here's maybe some things that as I get started on whatever it is I want to be starting on, these might be some challenges that'll still come up. And that's helpful to know. And so just kind of, again, if I did that exercise right now, it would probably come out similar in some ways, but very different in others, because who we think we are, continues to change. But just kind of a fun, interesting little exercise to do. So if you try it, I'd love to know. Let me know what comes up for you. And you can leave a comment. And yeah, I'll be back with more soon. In the meantime, remember, you can trust yourself.